Are you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Welcome to the Roundtable, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon. You're listening to us on Broadway World over here on the Broadway Podcast Network, iHeart, and Spotify. You know, theater comes in all shapes and sizes, and some of my favorite theater in the entire world is magic. And I took magic classes when I was a kid. 2 summers in New Jersey, taught by a clown. And could I make those little red balls multiply? Sometimes I could. So when I see people like Jamie Allan who are out here with sold out shows in the West End, the highest grossing magic show of all time in Chicago, and now coming to New York City, Amaze is probably the right name because he's pretty amazing. Jamie Allan is here to tell us all about it. I want the full scoop. I want all, well, not the secrets. I want the scoop, though. What are we going to see? Jamie Allan, welcome to the show.
Oh, Robert, what a great introduction. I hope we can live up to it for you.
Jamie, do you know how to make little red balls multiply?
Do you know what? I have my little girl, Nevada, who lives here in town with us, and I taught her that trick last week, and I have a video of the time that she got it right, and it was a very heartwarming moment. I don't want to be that dad that's trying to push you into magic, you know, but I'll give it a little go.
Well, I dropped out of magic school after that lesson. That's as far as I got the coloring book. I could do the coloring book.
I think that I started when I was 5. My daughter's 5. I thought, given to them now, then you've maybe got half a shot at it, right?
Jamie, where did you grow up?
I grew up in England. I grew up in the Midlands, near Birmingham, or near Stratford-upon-Avon, as I mentioned in the show, would be the closest geographical place that people would have heard of. I grew up in a little pub that my mum and dad bought, that they turned into a cabaret venue when they stopped touring around so that I could go to school. And that's where I learned magic. And it's actually where I did my first show in a 100-seat theatre that my parents ran.
So you really you were born into this business.
Yeah, no magicians in the family. My mum and dad were musicians, but my mum and dad were supportive of anything. I mean, and also I think they were happy that I was getting into something to do with the arts.
How do you fall in love with magic? Like, was there a person, a moment, a show, a trick?
There was, like most magicians will tell you that they got a magic set, and so did I. In fact, my original magic set was a Fisher-Price magic box that forms part of my original Fisher-Price magic set is actually on the stage of this show. It's referred to because our whole show is set in the attic of the pub that I grew up in. Our stage set is that. And but that was the thing that got my interest going, but it wasn't really the thing that really started it. That was when I was about, I want to say 8 or 9 years old, after I'd already done a show. But it didn't mean much to me at the time. It was just a hobby. But I went into an antique shop with my mom, and in that antique shop was the entire estate of a magician that had passed away. And my mom, in return for a lot of favors from me and a lot of bargaining, she managed to get all of this stuff. So I kind of grew up with all this history around me, which has made me today, I'm still more fascinated by what magicians were doing 100 years ago and trying to find a new way of doing it than I am whatever new trick has come out.
Wait, you randomly went to an estate sale of it was almost like talk about magic. I mean,
yeah, well, I'm old enough that this was before eBay. So this wasn't like, it was a completely random thing. And also this stuff was far, far more valuable than we paid for it. It was just, that family member of this magician had all this stuff and didn't know what to do and took it to this antique shop, and this guy sold it all to us.
I'm amazed. That is an amazing story. So you're probably lucky because sometimes the magicians have been on this show who have been to New York or are on tour, and I'm always amazed because saying I want to be on Broadway, or I want to be in New York, I want to be off-Broadway, I want to be in theater is a lot for some parents to take.
Yeah.
I can imagine if you're going to join the circus, it's a lot for your parents to take. I'm sure it's similar to saying I'm going to be a professional magician.
I suppose there's always that worry. I mean, they encouraged me to try and do the best I could with my education. And I did. I did the best that I could. But I was never really academic because my head was always in the clouds with this. I always knew, because bearing in mind that all of my parents' friends were entertainers, well, nearly all of them. So including some magicians. So to me, it seemed to be a completely reasonable job. I just had to figure out how to get it done. And my mom and dad were a big help in that. But I mean, we didn't have money as such. I mean, we were running this venue that was very successful, but that comes with a huge amount of overheads and stress and problems. And so we did, my dad helped me build all my illusions when I was young and everything. And my mum used to make all the outfits. She was a great seamstress. So I couldn't have had more support, which I'm eternally grateful for, because it's landed in this show. And actually, all of these things I'm talking about is a huge part of the subject matter, because our show is more than a magic show. It's a storytelling.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. So it's not just you're going to come out and do a bunch of tricks. It's a theatrical experience.
It's more like a one-man play. And it really is, if you're a child that remembers the big movies in the 80s, early 90s, if you're because the show is set in the 80s, it all takes place in real time. It's first person in the room, and we're relating these incredible stories, and it has a true story arc to it. And it's also, dare I say it, it's really emotional. I mean, for me too, because we tried to set off doing this show. Previously, I'd run a big show called iMagician, which was just a big, spectacular, high-tech magic show. And it had a little bit of an arc to it, but nothing to really speak of. It was mainly magic forward-facing. And then this time, I said, how much truth could we put into magic? Because with a magician, we all agree to participate in a deception, right? When we come to watch a magic show, we all agree that the magician might be saying that box is empty when maybe it isn't. And we're all on board with that, but we have to lie. And I said, is there a way that we could do a magic show where we don't lie, where we base so much in the truth? And also, importantly for this show, one of the big reveals at the end of this show, which I won't say what it is, but it feels like a magic trick. The conclusion of the story, it gets the similar reaction to a magic trick. And that was something we wanted to experiment with. And it's highly emotive. We have a lot of people that feel very, very emotional about this show and the way that it ends.
Oh, AmazeMagic.com, everybody, is where you can get your tickets. It's going to be at the beautiful New World Stages. It's such a great venue. You can see, and you have very interesting and fun time. So like people on the weekends, on a Friday, on a Saturday, like there's a time for you to take your family, take your friends, take your loved ones. Like you don't have to, the shows are not all 8 o'clock at night for the grown. Like
No. I mean, in the weeks we're mostly adults with, there's always maybe 2 or 3 kids in the audience, but I mean, mostly we are adults in the week. And, but we're getting a lot of date nights of retirees. I mean, with a magic show, we get everybody across the spectrum. And of course we get the families on the weekend, which is why we've added those additional shows. So we have a 2 p.m., 5 p.m. and an 8 p.m. on a Saturday, and then 2 shows on a Sunday.
Is it a lot for you to do it 3 times a day?
Well, actually, I also have an incredible understudy called Harry De Cruz, who helped me create the show. And some of these stories in the show, we wrote it together with an incredible team and our director, Jonathan Goodwin. But it's all based on truth. But Harry does, and I want to try and get this right. Harry does Wednesday nights. Okay. And he does Saturday, one of the shows on Saturday regularly. And then sometimes if I may have 2 days off, because we're running 52 weeks of the year, then Harry does the show as well. But we are usually 9 shows a week. I think we may be going to 10. And then Harry will probably do 2 or 3 of those shows. So I do a regular theatre week.
10 shows? 10 shows?
Well, here's the story behind that, though, because this was all a very purposeful decision on our part. If you want to talk about the business about this, but I mean, we turned down an offer to do this on Broadway because I just had a feeling how that story may have ended with the extreme costs involved. And we looked at, one of the 499 theatre, and we ended up, I said, if we can cram this show into the 199, we're in stage 5, 199 seats. But this is the full West End production, and it's a massive scale show. So I'm very confident that this is the largest show that's ever been in this theatre. And we're blessed that we're also the highest grossing show they've ever had in this theatre. And because we know that magic just works in this small environment. If you can see large scale illusions that close, you really feel like you're part of it. And although we never involve anybody in the audience if they don't want to be involved, there are moments in the show when everybody gets to participate and they really feel like we're part of a family in there, and it just works. So it's all purposeful, because people ask me, you're here trying to get on Broadway? I'm like, no, we're here trying to stay right here. I mean, another 50 or 80 seats would be nice.
Yes, sure. Especially when you look at the calendar, everybody, there are shows that sell out. There are shows that don't have many tickets. So if you want to get your tickets for the holidays, if you want to get the perfect idea for your family, now's the time. like now. Don't
Well,
wait.
now is a good time because it's September, so this is our quiet month on Broadway, right? Everybody's doing 2-for-1s and things, and we are, but we're doing good. But in September, for the next couple of weeks, there should be reasonable ticket availability on the midweeks. But as soon as we start to ramp up into October, yeah, we do sell out most shows.
And your producing team and everybody that's over with your entire incredible production, they do have accessible tickets for people who are looking for it. They're not all, you don't have to mortgage your house to come see the show.
No, we absolutely do. And we do have rush tickets available through Telecharge, which I'm not entirely sure how that works, but I know that it is a thing.
And students and everything. So there's no excuse. Go see the show.
Exactly, yes. And also our accessible seats for if you're a wheelchair user is phenomenal. They're really great in this venue, which was something I liked about it.
No excuses. That's it.
No
homework. Go. So for you, there are other magicians. New York City is a magic city. There's lots of shows. There's lots of shows that tour around. What is different about your show than some of the other shows you can see?
One of the things I mentioned, you will never see a show of this scale in such an intimate space. So that's the main thing about it. But also, it's as I mentioned, it's a really emotive experience. People leave saying that they just were not expecting that. They come along seeing the poster. It depends on which ad reel they happen to have seen, if they came in through social media. Some of them show the big illusions. Some of them tell a little of the storytelling. But that's really it, is that it's a throwback, and it's just got such beauty and heart to it. It's got so much truth, and we all connect with it. There's nobody who comes into the show who doesn't feel a connection.
It's exciting. You have when this came out, when I tell you 4-star reviews, like literally on the West End, in Chicago, wherever you go, the reviews are crazy. But it's very vulnerable. Not only are you doing your magic, but it's your story. So what is it like to get the feedback from reviews and fans?
I don't read the reviews unless somebody points one to me directly and says, you probably do want to read this, because this show is very personal to me. It's my story. It's me. I'm giving a lot of myself. It's my whole life. And it's, and if somebody, doesn't like it, then it's probably better that I don't need to see it. Well, yes, I'm aware of the headlines, and I'm aware that we have, the vast majority of 4 and 5-star reviews. I haven't seen any that have been less than that. So we're really blessed, but I love it. And if you come to the show, you'll see I'm having the time of my life here. It's fantastic. And every night is like a party, and getting people that are passionate about what I want to share with them, and letting them inside to know a bit more about why these things are done, and why some of them are important. I think people feel enlightened by it.
Well, don't worry, Jamie. We're going to spend the rest of this interview reading every review that's ever been written about your thing. So when you
read the Chicago Tribune, that's the good one.
Okay, done. We could do that. When you look out in the audience and you see young kids, you see families, this might be their first experience in a theater. This might be their first magic show. You're inspiring them to think, create. Why I loved magic as a kid is because when kids come from homes that sometimes may have issues, maybe they have issues with family, school, work is hard. Magic makes us believe that anything is possible. It escapes us from our reality.
Yeah, not just for the kids, right? It's for every adult. It's all good theatre should do that. But magic particularly, it's such a great diverse art form, because every 5 minutes something completely new is happening, and we're starting another little story on another little journey. It's not just music driven, so you think that there's such a lot of diverse and up and down around it every time, but also all of our tricks are interconnected. Like even things that feel random in the show, every single thing in the show is part of the narrative, and it all makes sense.
So my question to you brought up before that you create or craft, or you used a fancy word for like making these illusions. So we don't think about this. I'm fascinated. I know you're not going to give us the scoop, but what is the process? Do you come up with the idea? Do you write it down? Do you have to mock model? Like, what do you do?
Yes. So, there's many ways the magic comes into the show. Some of these things are classics from over 100 years ago that I've found a new twist and angle to. Some things are things that friends of mine have created that we've worked with them to do something. And then the bulk of the second half of the show is all original material that I've created, but it follows the arc of my creative process as well. So in the case of, we'll give a little spoiler. At one point in the show, a full-scale Harley Davidson appears in the blink of an eye, and it's and there's pictures of it on the posters. So I think some people come in expecting to see it at some point. And that's an illusion I designed, and it's something I'm particularly proud of because it's done. This bike appears less than 3 feet away from the front row. It's incredibly close to them, and it's so incredibly fast. And the process for that was just years. I mean, that illusion was 4 different illusions before it became to this, which is why sometimes magicians really take the hump if somebody steals a magic trick from them, because you can't copyright. We can protect the show, we can protect the script, but we can't protect the magic that's in it. Not completely. And if somebody steals the end result of it, then it's very frustrating, because by this point with this trick, I may be, 70, 80,000 pounds into this idea. And that's not the case with all of them, but with some certain things, and I may have worked so much and so long, and for somebody to come along and just grab the end result, that can be very frustrating. But we try to keep the stuff offline, and we have a very strict no videos policy in the theatre, so we try to control that people are seeing these things and they exist in their imagination, because nowadays you post it onto line and it's gone.
It's over. Jamie, I refuse to. I believe that you're magic and they're all real. I'm not even going to try to figure it out.
There's a moment in this show that it feels like real magic, and it's completely true.
Okay, well, that's sold. I'm sold. I'm ready to come see the show. I have a friend, Mike, and me and Mike have made a point to go to every magic show that comes to New York. And there are great ones, and there are ones that are a work in progress, and there are new people and legends like you. And everybody needs to support this art form because it's one of the oldest art forms in the entire world.
Yeah, second oldest profession in the world. We won't talk about number one.
Times Square knows all about the first one back in the day. They're gone, most of them, but you're here. But you're here. So
turning tricks in a different way, right?
That a whole tricks has many meanings. Perfect. You couldn't have paid me to come up with a better joke than that, Jamie. AmazeMagic.com. Where can we follow you? We can go to your website, but I'm sure we're on social media as well.
We have, we're on Instagram at Amaze Live, and I think we're at on Jamie Allan's Amaze on Facebook. And we're actually making a push in the next couple of weeks that we'll be doing some more fun stuff on there to show people some actual magic rather than just all flash.
And you're here for as long as you want to be?
We are. We've just extended. So we've extended through February, and we'll see where we go from there.
Well, when you're coming to New York this winter and it's this holiday season, it's a magical time to be in New York City. You're not going to want to miss it. AmazeMagic.com. You can get your tickets. Grab them now. I'm telling you, don't write him on Instagram on December 19th asking for a ticket. They'll be gone. There's nothing we can do about it. It's such an honor to be here. I'm so excited to take my family and go see the show. And congratulations, because for you to be here in New York City in the middle of Times Square, and doing this show with this incredible reviews and incredible audiences every night is quite the feat. That is not only magic, but real hard work and showmanship. So congrats.
It's an overnight success that was 40 years in the making.
I'm going to go find myself an estate sale, and maybe I can find some. That's insane. Insane.
It's a crazy coincidence, right? But I mean, sometimes these things happen. But I mean, this show is about crazy coincidences, decisions, and moments that shape our lives, and who and why we become the people that we do.
Well, everyone, there's a show in you too, so make sure to find those connections. Thank you for being here, inspiring me. I'm going to take out those little red balls. I'm going to get back.
Yeah, you do it. When you come, let me know, and you can demonstrate it to me.
Okay. Oh my God, never in a million years would I do a magic trick to you, Jamie Allan. But I'll be looking forward for yours. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much, Robert. It was lovely talking with you.